when the sun rises over the river Nile, a new day begins in ancient Egypt. The year is 3000 BC. You are an ordinary villager waking up in your home in the village of Diem. Outside, birds are singing from their perches in the reeds along the riverbank. The sounds of the city are distant, muffled by the protective rings of marsh that surround your village. The road leading into town is lined with stalls selling fresh fruits and vegetables. Each rock monolith weighs more than 20 tons. You walk around the outside of the temple, taking in its immensity before turning to go inside. Inside the temple, the air is dark and cool. The sky is cloudless, and the heat of the day is almost unbearable. But you don't mind. After all, it's just another ordinary day in ancient Egypt. Statues of pharaohs and gods line the walls, watching silently as you pass. Everywhere you look, there are reminders of the gods, and the small details, too. The lotus blossoms carved into the capital of a column represent the creative power of the Nile. Howl the scarab, the dung beetle carved into a lintel, symbolizes rebirth and transformation. You make your way to the sanctuary, where a priest is burning incense and making offerings to Hathor. The smell of the incense mingles with the scent of the river and reminds you of the perfume your wife wore the last time you saw her. You pause to listen to the chanting of the priests as they praise the goddess of love and beauty. Then you turn and leave the temple. You stop at one to pick up some figs, dates, and bread to take home to your family. You duck under the outstretched branches of a sycamore tree and find your friends waiting for you. You greet them warmly and settle down on the ground to play a game of Sanut. The game is easy to learn, but difficult to win. You move your pieces across the board, counting moves out loud as you go. Your friend makes a winning move, and you let out a sigh. It's his turn to pay for your beer, so he reaches into a bag of bread and nuts to pay his debt. The beer is cold and sweet on your tongue, and you laugh loudly as you drink. As you play, you tell your friends about a new tomb that was found on the other side of the river. The workers discovered it while digging for clay. The tomb belonged to a man named Tutu, who lived during the reign of King Den. His name means that he belonged to the god Thoth, just as the name of the moon god himself means that he belonged to Ra, the sun god. You marvel at these things. Just as the gods had a place in their names, so too did all people. And every single person, no matter how great or small, belonged to the gods. You might also pick up some beer to share with your friends over a game of Sanat, the Egyptian version of checkers. The beer is sweet like fruit juice and will be perfect to sip on while you play. As you continue walking, you see someone carrying 2 live geese, one under each arm. You smile at the sight because you, too, have been hunting geese with your friends. Yesterday, you returned with 2 fat geese of your own, which your wife will roast for dinner. Stretching, you push aside your reed mat and step onto the packed clay floor of your home. Sunlight streams through the doorway, touching the mud brick walls with golden light. Your house may be simple, but it is sturdy and comfortable. Mud bricks baked in the sun make for thick walls that keep you cool in the day and warm at night. You have a courtyard in the center of your home where you can sit and eat with your family and guests. One end of the courtyard is open to the sky, which allows you to gaze up at the stars or watch the sunrise and sunset without leaving home. The rest of the walls in your home are low enough that you can reach the tops of them, allowing you to hang items from hooks on the walls, instead of setting them on the ground where they could get lost or damaged. Along one wall is a shelf holding the tools of your trade. Maybe you are a weaver, so your loom and shuttle are hung here. Or perhaps you are a carpenter, your chisels and saws ready at hand. Along another wall is your bed, still warm from the body of your wife, who is sleeping soundly beside you. She stirs and smiles as you climb back into bed beside her. For a few precious moments, you are lost in the feeling of her body pressed against yours, her hair tickling your neck as she drifts back into sleep. The sun has begun its slow climb over the horizon, and you know it's time to rise. You feel the cool breeze from the Nile flow through your window shutters made from papyrus reeds. You leave your wife sleeping and cross the courtyard to pour some water from a jug into a basin. The water is cool and fresh from the Nile, brought here yesterday by a water carrier. You splash the water onto your face and wake yourself up completely. Now it's time to dress. You put on a loincloth and wrap a length of linen around your head. This keeps your hair out of your eyes while you work and protects you from the glare of the sun. Though the sun is kind, its rays can be strong. Even though it is early morning, the air is already warming. So you grab your sandals and tie them onto your feet. It's going to be a hot day, you think as you walk through the streets of your village. It's market day, which means the streets are busy with people and animals. You approach the great temple of the goddess Hathor. The temple is imposing, built of huge blocks of stone that were quarried miles away and dragged to the spot on sledges. The warmth of the day is growing and you are beginning to feel hungry. As the game draws to a close, you know that soon it will be time to return home to your wife and children. Now, check out, what was it like to be buried alive in ancient Egypt? Or watch this video instead.